to another episode of Books and Banter. I'm Coral.
I'm Jamie.
And as most of us know, June is Pride Month. And because the library is for everyone, we are open for everyone. We are celebrating Pride Month with a couple of new and upcoming books that we're excited to see this summer that feature LGBTQ or queer characters in them that I think a lot of you would really enjoy. So, Jamie, what's on your TBR?
All right, so my first one is Amelia, If Only by Becky Albertalli. Becky, obviously, she's written lots of books, and this one is about a girl named Amelia who is a big fan of a YouTuber named Walter, and she decides to shoot her shot and invite him to prom, and I guess she must make a comment like on one of his videos or something. Anyway, but she thinks her friends think that she might be a little too like parasocially infatuated with him, and so she thinks though that if they could just meet, like, you know, he would fall in love with her and they could really have a connection. So it turns out he is hosting a meet and greet in a town not far from her. So she decides that she's gonna like try and go and convince him to go to her prom.
Okay.
So she has to talk her best friends into making this road trip, and it's like a last hurrah, like before they graduate high school.
Yeah.
And so she actually convinces her newly single friend, best friend Natalie, to come. And so turns out that on this trip that maybe she's not really in love with Walter, but maybe she's feeling something for somebody else. Spoiler alert, Natalie. Sorry. I haven't read it, so we'll see. Anyway, so I'm excited for this because, I mean, I've read a couple of Becky's books already. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda.
Oh, yeah.
I read the book that she wrote with Adam Silvera. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking on the name. Sorry. Maybe It's Us.
We'll put it in.
Yeah,
we'll put it in.
I know they wrote two together. So, and Leah and the Offbeat Agenda, or Leo and the Offbeat. That's what it was. I'm getting my titles confused. Sorry.
We read so much.
Yes.
We know so many books.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah. Anyway, so Kirkus has already given this a starred review and says that Albertalli creates a realistic microcosm of queer and Jewish teen culture with no shortage of her signature humor and clever snark, and says that it's endearing and relatable. And I'm really looking forward to this. And this one comes out in June. Perfect time for Pride Month.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The one that's on my TBR is called If I Told You, I'd Have to Kiss You by May Marvel.
Nice.
So this is a spy thriller romance, and it follows Yardley. And Yardley is a super spy. She's second generation super spy, and she's, got it all figured out, and she's living with her girlfriend, Casey. And Casey is a super hacker, great with computers. Classic spy tropes here. But what they don't know is that both of them work for the agency. So they both work for the agency, but neither one knows the other one is also working for the agency. So you've got some like Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibes. Yeah. Like they work for the same agency, but like still like the secrets. And when the book starts, apparently they're already kind of in a troubled relationship. Like they're already having some issues, probably because they're keeping secrets about being spies. Yeah. I'm gonna like go ahead and infer that one. Yeah. But when they both, this is on the thing, so I'm not spoiling anything, I hope. When they both find out that the other one works for the agency, then they kind of have to start working together, save the world, and you have a lot of spy, fun mission that way. Nice. Early reviews are saying it's funny, it's witty, there's these great spy moments, so if you're into that kind of vibe, the espionage, it's really fun. And then the characters have really realistic and relatable problems. So it sounds like a lot of fun. The cover's cool. That's me. I'm always like, the cover's cool. That's what gets me half the time. That's what gets me half the time, let's be honest. Yeah. And that one is also expected in June.
Cool. sounds exciting. Sounds
Same.
good. Okay, so my other choice is The Lighthouse at the Edge of the World by J.R. Dawson. So this takes place in Chicago on the shores of Lake Michigan. There's a way station for the dead. And so every night there is a boat that takes the newly departed to the station, guided by its lighthouse. And so there the dead have to reckon with their lives before, stepping aboard a boat to go beyond wherever they're going to go. And so Nira has spent decades watching as her father, who is the ferryman of the dead, sail across the lake. Each night is just like the same old, until one night something different happens. The station's lighthouse starts to flicker out, and then the terrifying ghostly haunts have multiplied in the city, and now a living person has found her way onto the boat. And her name is Charlie. Says she followed a song and she's searching for someone she lost. So this sounds intriguing to me because the comparisons are being drawn to the musical Hadestown, which I love, and the Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. And I haven't read that one, but I've read other stuff by T.J. Klune I really liked. So this just sounds like it's going to be really interesting and fun for me. So this one also comes out in July.
Cool. Yeah, that one definitely has a different vibe.
Yes. So,
the other one I'm looking at is called A Rare Find by Joanna Lowell, and this one is a historical romance. So if you're in your Regency kick, which I always am and will never escape, this one is for you. This follows Alfreda. She wants to be an archaeologist. She is an aspiring archaeologist, and she finally feels like she's about to make her break. She's found a Viking relic, an amulet, and she's going to use this to prove that there's something to look for here, and she's going to lead her first expedition.
Nice.
Well, her childhood neighbor, Georgie, they are non-binary, and they are very carefree, and they do what they want, and they are free to do whatever, but they have been sent to live in the country, back to their childhood home, because they are a little too carefree, according to their parents.
Okay, yeah.
So one day they run into each other, literally, and somehow the amulet gets lost in the running into the collision.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So then they decide to work together because Alfreda needs proof to do her expedition to prove herself as an archaeologist, and Georgie needs money so that they can live the life they want without being subjected to what their parents want them to do. Yeah, Regency, historical, it happens. But it's a fun quest story, so if you're looking for that, it's the studious versus carefree personalities together, that kind of conflicting.
Opposites attract.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nice. So that one is also expected in June.
Nice. All right, well, definitely have lots of stuff on my TBR. I'll have to add those. And as always, just be sure and check any content warnings of any books that you are interested in reading. If these don't sound interesting to you, you can always check out some of our other videos. You can always come to your local library and ask a librarian for recommendations. We are always happy to help you find something. So and be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon. Bye.